subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
Right, Conservative Chris. Let's get Conservative Chris in here.
Hey, what's good, man?
Hey, Mr. Chris, where you been hiding?
Hey, I just been chilling like a villain.
Yes, indeed. So what's going on in the conservative world, Mr. Chris?
Yeah, I just wanted to see your perspective on our president's tactic to finally get the blacks from killing each other with the military. What is your point of view on that?
Well, shit. What about the whites killing each other and the whites shooting up the damn Christian schools and shit like that? Won't you send some of them guards over there, right?
Yeah, see, the thing is, what I've noticed about the blacks is that when you bring up a statement on what they do, they always bring out the worst of whites. But why don't we compare the blacks on how many fire stations they've created, or hospitals, or libraries, or airports, or inventions, or things like that, instead of saying, well, what about the whites and what they do? Whatever they do, it's enough to keep the blacks in check and be a global superpower. So whatever they're doing, it's not hurting them.
Nation off of our
Don't you agree?
well, the being a superpower off of our foundation. We're the cultural foundation. So if you're going to talk about keeping the black, we're not killing each other in large numbers. I mean, people kill each other based on proximity. So we're not doing anything that's an anomaly. So what's this? We're going to stop the blacks from killing each other. Okay, how?
By bringing in the military, because the blacks have a natural inclination to submit to white men in authority.
No, they don't.
They'll kill each other, but they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't, because you got people out in DC who are innocent black people being harassed by these race soldiers and they're running their asses off the block. They're not submitting to them.
Can you agree that once black people integrated with society, that white society went down? They didn't go up after having us, black people involved in their culture. Do you agree with that?
What's their culture?
Their culture is more of a leave it to beaver type situation. And don't you think that once
What?
we integrated with their system,
Leave it to
go
Beaver.
ahead.
But how? Leave it to Beaver how?
They're just more civilized. It's a lot less butt shaking and loud music, to put it
Have you seen
bluntly.
they go beyond butt shaking. They have bestiality videos. They have bestiality fetishes. They have pedophile rings all over the place. You have NAMLA. You have meth all over the damn place. You have molestation all over the place. Rampant epidemic proportions. That's civilized.
That's not really what their culture is. That's something that goes on behind the scene.
That's a part. Yeah, it is a part of the culture. That's a part of the culture. That's civilized.
But I'm asking, do you
No,
agree that once blacks got into their culture, that their culture went
we're
down
not
a
into
notch?
We don't do that stuff. We're the opposite of their culture. We don't do that. We don't have an open pedophilia market in black society. We're actually the only people who don't have that. We don't do what
Eh,
they do. We don't indulge in their culture. We're the anti white supremacist culture. We don't have a culture of injustice. Their culture is injustice and racial preferences, and we don't do that. That's a degenerate culture that they have.
Have you ever seen a situation where a black neighborhood was gentrified and the crime went up?
What do you mean?
When white people take over black neighborhoods and black people cry about white people taking over their neighborhoods, after white people take over their neighborhoods, does crime go up?
No,
Have you
so
ever seen that?
okay, what you got to define black neighborhood, because what we have are places that are white supremacists run and then they drain the resources. Those are places where they displace black people, because black neighborhoods, the ones that we've controlled, they've always been prosperous and they didn't have crime and they've been sabotaged. Name a prosperous black community that wasn't sabotaged by the white supremacists.
Oh, so well, you just don't want to. You're going to allude the
No,
situation about
no.
gentrifying and the crime not going up. That it actually improves when
Okay,
black people leave and white.
down, slow down. when we create our own progressive black neighborhoods, Tulsa, Wilmington, Rosewood, Bruce's Beach, Allensworth, I can go all down the list because I study these prosperous black areas. Every single one of them, when they were prosperous and crime free, they were sabotaged by the white supremacists. Can you name one that wasn't?
I mean, you're talking about cities from 100 years ago, Tariq.
Or
That's like 100 years ago, literally.
yeah, yeah. So whenever we start doing it, we're talking going back over 100 years. Whenever we've had prosperous areas, they get sabotaged. From then till now, whenever we start getting a foothold where we're going to be constructive and we're not going to have the white supremacists in our mix, and we want to have things crime free, they come in and start sabotaging everything. Even now, even when we have prosperous businesses, when we get a prosperous business going on, all of a sudden the sabotage comes in. We saw that with the people at Turkey Leg Hut. They had a successful business. The white community around that area were plotting to take that business down. That happens all over the place. Up in Oakland, in the Bay Area today, you have prosperous black businesses that are mysteriously set on fire. You have people like Moses West, who came up with that water machine to help people in Flint. He was going to start something going on with that. They wouldn't sabotage this machine. We're talking in the past and now. We are constantly sabotaged. There's a young brother in Georgia now who's coming up with clean energy creations and coming up with ways to um, start businesses with clean and renewable energy and alternative energy sources. This man is running around on the internet thinking somebody's about to kill him, and he's been complaining about his stuff being sabotaged. So why do we get sabotaged by the white supremacists anytime we do something constructive?
Because black people only fight black people back. They submit to white people.
That makes zero sense. So they're going to sabotage us because blacks fight blacks? What that don't make no sense.
Well, meaning that blacks are an easy target to sabotage from white people. Obviously, the white people have made it very clear that black people are very easy to subdue, have they not?
Well, yeah, we can't be that easy to subdue because what they have to do is use a $1 billion military industry to subdue us. So why do they have to spend so much money? Why are we such a threat if they got to spend billions and billions of dollars in military spending in order to subdue us? Are we that easy?
No, just a little unruly. But the thing is that
We
they're just attempting to keep the
then
blacks out of their culture.
now let's and this circles back to your initial statement. They're bringing in the National Guard, which is the $1 billion military. So
Which has saved black people lives
bring
because they were killing each other.
they're
Haven't they gone 9 days without any murders?
I'm talking. So now they're bringing in a $1 billion military complex to step to black people. Are we really that easy? Because they're spending millions of dollars a day in DC alone. They're just throwing away money. And basically all they're doing is kind of harassing people. They're not stopping anything because
Well, oh.
there was no crime epidemic in the first place. They're not stopping anything.
Well, the reason they have to bring the military is because there's too many black police officers in black neighborhoods, and it's just they're ineffective.
That,
So they had to bring more of
there-
a white.
there's not enough black police officers in black neighborhoods. That's not true at all. And the police are ineffective because they are the ones who help create the crime. They need the crime to go on because that's how they get funding. If they wanted to stop crime, they can stop it overnight. They don't want to stop it. They facilitate the crime. They facilitate the drugs. They facilitate the guns, and they allow the crime to go on in certain controlled areas. They know exactly where the crime is going to be. They know who's going to control it. They know that the media is going to have a spotlight on it. So this is a whole propaganda thing, sir.
So why aren't white people using the same drugs and shooting each other and gang
Dude,
banging and making
they,
rap songs about it?
they do. They do every day. It's not portrayed on the media, and you can't post it on social media. It'll get taken down. That's why they pro-
Really?
it gets promoted online. The algorithms allow any type of black degeneracy to be promoted. You can't put stuff like that on white people on social media. You can't show them acting a fool. They'll have it taken down. You can't show them shooting and killing. They'll have it taken down. So you don't see it on social media. The algorithms don't promote it, sir.
And why do the blacks have such a high HIV rate? Is that white people's fault too?
Those are foreigners. Those are not us, sir.
Oh, so it's everybody except the blacks.
Yeah, not foundational black Americans. We don't have that. Those are foreigners, sir.
Does the A in FBA stand for angels?
No, it stands for foundational black Americans, which you're not. Yeah, you have AIDS, huh?
No, I don't. I was just wondering why the blacks' HIV rate is so high. It's
That's
kind of
foreigners.
it's kind of
Those are
scary.
those are foreigners, sir. Most of those people with those high rates are foreigners. These are not FBAs who got that. When you look at the HIV rates, and I'm not trying to denigrate anybody, but these are places where there are a lot of immigrants coming in, sir.
Oh, and they're in the black areas, huh?
Oh well, yeah, they kind of put these people in these areas around us, but we need to know who's who and who's doing what. And it was your fellow tether, Obama. He was the one who helped lift that ban because they had a ban on people who had diseases if they wanted to immigrate here. When foreigners had diseases, people like, no, you got to stay your ass back home. It was Obama and those guys lifting that ban to allow HIV positive immigrants to come over here to America. So thanks, Obama. Thanks, your fellow tether.
So the A doesn't stand for accountability either,
No, no, no. The A stands for ass whooping because we whoop ass
huh?
premise. We whoop their ass. We don't let them subjugate us like that. We're the only threat to white supremacy. People like you, you've been compromised. You sitting up here sounding like them. They've browbeaten you, and you are identifying with the oppressor class. So we're different, sir. That's what our culture is. Our culture is fighting oppression, and the oppressive system is white supremacy. We don't sit up here trying to co-sign it. And here's the thing: you're a mulatto. Is your mother white or your dad white? Which one? I think it's your dad, right? You told me, but I forgot.
Neither one.
Okay, so I mean, you're somebody who's white. Who's white in the family?
This goes a couple generations back, but no one immediately that I can point a finger to.
So nobody immediately is white in your family.
No, sir.
Chris,
It-
you can damn
I'm
Chris, you can
I'm just a black man that can think for
no
himself and realize when something is wrong with myself and my people. That's all.
Chris, you can almost pass for white if you
That's because of my pleasant demeanor.
no, that's because of the way you look. If you cover them nappy roots up, you can kind of you can kind of pass. So you can kind of go for a Jewish look a little bit. You know,
I'll take that as a compliment.
yeah, yeah, you kind of can go for an ethnic white a little bit. So yeah, you know. That's some immediate whiteness in the family somewhere, and that's okay.
Mm,
That's okay. That's okay. But listen, you sitting up here trying to regurgitate their talking points. That's not going to get you any closer to them. Think that's going to help you get in good graces with these white supremacists, Chris?
Speaking the truth is not regurgitating a talking point.
Yeah,
I grew up amongst the blacks. I know how they are. I know what it is. And I know for sure it's not tethers or immigrants or whites that's holding us back. It's ourselves.
really.
That's what I do know, yeah.
Holding ourselves back how?
We have black people have an extreme amount of jealousy and violent behavior
Who? Jealousy of who?
of any of their own people being above them.
Okay, that don't make no sense. Okay.
Meaning that it's difficult for the blacks to work in a business format because someone has to be the leader, someone has to be the boss. And black people don't like seeing only like person they see like seeing above them is white people. They don't like having to submit to another black authority.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. I guess we you and I are up then, huh? So, what should these white people do about you and me?
I think they've already decided they just want their own areas and allow
So
us
why
to either
don't
kill each other
so why don't
or stuff.
so why
Go ahead.
let them good white people have their own areas? Why are you trying to infiltrate their circles?
No, I'm not infiltrating their circle. I'm just speaking the truth,
Right.
and sometimes the truth is not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Not you personally, but.
Well, we've been hearing this same shit for the last 300 years. What you're saying, we've always heard black people ain't shit, black people are degenerate. When have we not heard what you're saying?
When have they proved black people? When have they proved that narrative wrong in the last 70
Okay,
years?
so if it's so right, why complain about it for 300 years? Why don't they do something about it?
Because like you have in FBA, you're Americans. They have to respect you as American. They have to form. They have to follow
Really?
some guidelines of the Constitution.
When
They can't just rough you up like they used.
when have they respected us as America? When have they done that? And until we forced them, we had to make them. But when have they done that on their own?
I don't think that black people forced white people to treat them with equality. It was just that white people didn't want the rest of the world to see their hypocrisy from treating black people ill
Oh,
and also
so
fight.
you admit that they treated us ill.
Yeah, anybody that allows you to enslave them, yeah, you're not going to treat them with the utmost respect.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So were your family descended from slaves in America or the Caribbean?
America, my actual ancestor ran away from slavery, so it's in my DNA to understand that even though I love the blacks, I have to leave them at some point because I can't be in slavery with you guys.
Got it. So where are you gonna go?
On my own path, the world is big, man. The world doesn't is it does revolve around white people.
Right. So where are you gonna go and have collective codification where you're going to be empowered? What group are you going to be clicked in with to be empowered?
Oh,
Okay,
what?
we got it. We ain't shit. Blacks ain't shit. Blacks in America ain't shit. So now what do? You conservative Chris. So now you're going to go over here with this other group because you can't have a society without a group of people on code with you in that society. So who are you going to be empowered by with what society?
Yeah, being a black person with sense is a lonely sport.
No, no, no,
So you don't get a chance to.
no, no. Let's not, no, because what you like to do is just regurgitate into black degeneracy porn. Okay, I don't want to hear black degeneracy porn because that's what a lot of y'all get into. Y'all get into this, oh, we ain't shit. You get off on talking about black folks ain't shit. Okay, we got it. Black degeneracy porn. Okay, once you pull your pants up and take your thing out of your hand, where you gonna go and build empowerment? I don't want to hear no more okay, we got it. Black folks ain't shit. Now, what do, Chris? Where you gonna go to get empowered?
Yeah, you don't have to go anywhere, Tariq. It starts in the mind.
Okay,
You don't need to go anywhere. You don't have to group up with anybody.
you said no because you ain't talking about the mind. You're talking about a group of people. You said black people ain't shit, and you ain't gonna build nothing with black people. Therefore, you're gonna have to build something outside with another group. Who are you gonna build that with?
Again, you don't have to build with your own family. You create your own family and then you build from there. You don't have to build with any group.
Friday. You're gonna create your own family with who?
With a woman and you have sex and you have kids,
Okay,
and then they have kids.
ain't gonna be no black woman because you're black folks ain't shit. So what woman are you gonna get with where you're gonna build all this power and you're gonna be free of white supremacy and free of black degeneracy? Where you gonna be?
I'm free of white supremacy and black supremacy,
Yeah.
black degeneracy
Okay,
now.
so
But yeah,
woman, okay, what woman are you gonna share this freedom with?
oh, it'll be a FBA.
No, because
Oh yes,
no FBA,
because FBAs are the best
no,
cooks.
no, no, because we ain't shit and FBA women don't like Sambo. So that ain't gonna work. So who are you gonna be with, sir? Come on, conservative Chris. Who are you gonna be with?
You had me triple muted.
Right.
No, it's no FBAs are the best
Right.
cooks. So yeah, I got to stick with the
Don't,
FBA
don't
women.
troll out. Don't see, when it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty, you want to troll out because you gonna get a white woman? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna get a white woman? Is that where your freedom is gonna go? Because you've been bigging up white people. You said they're more civilized. Are you gonna go get you a civilized white woman?
No, I'm not sexually attracted to white women, so no, I wouldn't do
Get a
that.
civilized white man.
Oh, that's a little much, Tyree. But no, I wouldn't do that either.
Okay, I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to
I know you blacks, you guys, your what do they call it? Your etiquette isn't at the
let me
highest level, so I understand. I forgive you.
wait, Chris. Are you French?
Yeah, that's my people. Can Yeah, they migrated from Canada from when they ran from
Oh,
slavery.
okay. Yeah, you're a foreigner. Okay, that's why. Okay. See, that's why you got to watch.
No, you remember black people were already here. Don't y'all say the blacks were already everywhere?
You got to watch these people. Family learning lesson. You got to watch. And shout out to Brother McCall for pointing that out. See, they'll say they descended from slavery, but not. They didn't say where. See, he tried to be slick. He's a foreigner. This dude has some kind of Caribbean background. Your background is Caribbean. Are you Haitian, Chris? Are you Haitian, Chris?
Yeah, I was trying to get off mute. No, I'm not. I'm not Haitian, Tariq.
Okay. Okay.
So I mean, I've explained this plenty of times that my ancestor ran from slavery, went to Canada, impregnated a white woman. The child took the white woman's family's name, and then after that, they started dealing with black women. So,
You're a foreigner.
and this another thing about these people that's
You're
always saying
a
that they're the Native
you're
Americans
a
or
foreigner.
whatever.
You're a God. You're a foreigner, Chris. You're a foreigner. Your family's of foreigners. Your families are foreigners, sir.
Is that what you do with everybody that you don't agree with? They're either
I'm not
immigrant.
not about disagreeing, but you're not being honest. You're not being honest. This is why you got all this weird vitriol towards foundational Black Americans because we're an other to you. You're not of our lineage. You're not of our lineage. You come from a Canadian foreign background, sir. And you're trying.
That's actually hilarious. I've never said I came from a Canadian. I explained exactly how it happened, and you still think that it's a foreign situation. Well, I guess if you want to look at the white woman as
Yeah, dude. No,
my
no, yeah, yeah.
roots, but the roots come from the
No,
man,
no,
though.
no, 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 no. Because you talking and what you saying don't make sense. When you put everything together, what you're saying, the way you're explaining it, don't make sense. You come from
What
you come from a foreign background, sir. You come from a foreign background.
what doesn't make sense? Me not agreeing that I come from a foreign background, is that what doesn't
Like,
make sense
why are
exactly?
you denying that you come from a foreign background?
Because the man, the lineage comes from the man, not the
No,
woman.
they come from.
So if there was a white woman involved, that doesn't change. That doesn't create the
Yeah, you
lineage.
come from. Yeah, we don't speak fluent French. You're speaking French, dude. We don't speak.
Well, Detroit was a French colony from Canada, and that's where my people went through. Is Detroit? That's how it's pronounced. So yeah, that's where we came through.
1800s, sir.
Yeah, that's where my people came through.
Yeah, but yeah, you wouldn't still be speaking no damn French. I was born in Detroit.
What part of Detroit are you
Don't
from?
matter. I was born in Detroit.
So if I say
We
you're
speak,
lying and you're not, you're from Saginaw or Southfield,
yeah, yeah.
and you're not from
We
Detroit.
don't speak French.
Do you know where East Warren and
Detroit
Connors is?
people don't speak French. Black people in Detroit and from Detroit, whose lineage comes from this land, don't speak French, dude.
Why do you think I speak French?
Because you're foreign, sir.
But I've never spoken French ever to you or out loud or anything. Why do you think that?
Because you're typing it. You were typing it on your damn timeline.
Oh yeah, I study it. I study other languages. I speak German as well.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm an intelligent black.
but that's your mother tongue, sir. You speak,
No, it's
yeah.
not, man.
You just ain't typing French all willy nilly. Yeah, you ain't doing it just for the hell of it. That's your mother tongue. I wish y'all stop lying about your lineage, man. It's okay. You're a foreigner. You're a foreigner. And I can hear your Canadian accent, by the way, too.
No, I grew up like East Warren and Connors and Chalmers, bro. That's nowhere near Canada.
Dude, your family is clearly French Canadian, sir. But
Nah.
that's okay. Your family's French Canadian, conservative Chris.
And stop letting these black people say that they were the Native Americans that were already
They
here.
were, they were, there were black natives here. There were black natives here. It's been proven over and over again. And that's another thing. Tethers hate hearing that. Y'all hate hearing that because y'all need us to be generic Africans. You need us to be foreigners like you. But yeah, we were here. There were black people already here. And there's nothing you can do about that. Just accept it. And let me get let
Because
me get top.
okay.
Let me get my brother Top Holland here. Brother Ty, what's up, Ty?
Yeah, Flex. I just wanted that. This guy lives in Brookhaven, Georgia, and how can he be this much of a and you live in the second largest black state in America?
Mm.
I just don't understand. How can you be this much of a Sambo in the second largest black state in America?
See, I figured out what stands for. Is it stands for calling out obvious Negro stupidity. That's what are,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that's
That's
the
what you are.
Oh, he
acronym for that's why
But you
you
live in
that's why you use that
Brookhaven.
name.
You don't even really. I live in Johns Creek. You live 14 miles away from me. You don't even live around black people like that.
There's a lot of black people in
Well, yeah,
Brookhaven.
it's Northeast DeKalb. I understand that, but to have this much of a Sambo ideology is astounding. Living in the second largest black state in America, and you want to get
You,
away from the Negroes?
what did I say that is Sambo ideology in your opinion, Mr. Powell?
Sir, you just said that you wanted to get away from the blacks. You just said that. Those were your
That's
exact words.
everybody does. Truthfully, when they get a little bit of money they have something they want to protect, they get away from large groups of black
So they
people,
moved to
for
Alpharetta,
sure.
Johns Creek, and Milton. Yeah, the first and third largest, richest cities in Georgia. Yeah, that's where they moved to. That's where I live. But I don't want to get away from black people.
Do you have predominantly black neighbors? Are all your neighbors black?
None of my neighbors are black.
Oh, look at this.
But I'm still living in Fulton County, one of the blackest counties in America.
So you're the Sambo too, right? If you doing the same thing, you're proving my point that when you get anything you want, any type of peace, and you want a higher standard of living, you don't want to live around predominantly
But I
black
don't
people.
care if my neighbors are black or white. I don't care.
And white people feel the same way you do. That's why they don't want to be in the area either. We all see the same thing.
So what is it that
That's
we're
the
seeing?
problem. I'm just admitting it. That black people bring property value down and bring stress to your
But
life
isn't that
if you have
the
too many
property?
of them
But the
around.
property value is controlled by the white supremacists, the actual appraisers of it. They are the ones
No,
controlling it. They're the
it's
ones saying
controlled
it.
by
No, it's
crime
not. No,
and
it's
It's
not.
not controlled by
and
crime.
filth on the
No,
streets.
white supremacists fear brings property values down because there's well-to-do black people who go into a house and the property value will go down simply because they're black. They don't commit crime. It's just white fear. The white supremacists bring the property value down. It's not our actions. It's not like we're doing something. It's them, their ideology, and they control everything. So they control what the property values are going to be simply because of the I'm white and I say so rule. So this thing where black people just got to stop doing something, that's all cap. But go ahead, conservative Chris.
No, I mean, Mr. Powell proves my point. He lives in an area where there's no black people. And if a bunch of black people moved into his neighborhood, Mr. Powell would be
No, he would.
relocated.
He lives
Yes, he
in
would.
an area where there's a tax bracket. Once you get to another tax bracket, you live around people with the same tax bracket. Unfortunately, a lot of black people have been economically sabotaged, and a lot of black people have been marginalized in certain areas. Places where there are well to do black people, there's not that much crime. You have a lot of places in Houston, Prince George County, you have places where there is a lot of well to do black people that are very pleasant places to live. So a lot of folks don't want to live in areas where there's economic deprivation. You don't want to live there, right?
But it's not the economic deprivation that Mr. Powell ran from. It was the ignorant behavior of his fellow black people. That's what he's trying to get away from, and he knows it deep down
No,
inside, and you do too. We all know.
that's a projection, sir. Ignorant behavior like what?
Loud music, fighting, drug use, yeah, stuff like and police
Yeah, sir. Yeah,
and
yeah,
killing.
sir. Yeah, you have a Grand Theft Auto 1980s hood video stereotype of black society because you're not a foundational black American and you're not of the culture. So you look at things through the eyes of white supremacists. Yeah, it's just not. There are no places where all of that's going on. Where in the hell do you see all that except curated videos from white supremacists and tethers online? Where's all of these people strung out on dope and there's fights everywhere in black?
Philadelphia, Chicago, St.
I go to
Louis.
Chicago.
Baltimore.
No, you don't see that all the time. I'm in these places all the time. I can go there now. You won't see none of that. You have to look for that type of stuff. You have to curate that type of material, sir. If you curate it and look and dig for it and then get off on it, if that's your porn fetish, of course, that's going to be your view because you're a tether. You're not of our lineage, sir.
So are you saying the degenerative behavior of blacks is hard to find,
It is.
that you have to look
You have
for
to
it?
look for it. You have to look for and the
Interesting.
algorithms online boost it up. And it doesn't do that. You can't do that with other people. When you start doing that stuff with other people, it gets taken down. There's a brother, um, why can't I get his name? Super Ray, my brother Super Ray on Twitter, not Twitter, on Instagram, brother named Super Ray. Super Ray posts videos from Asian and Pakistan and India. He posts all these videos of them having street food and them living how they live in their homelands over there in Asia and shows all the filth. And he does like funny commentary on it. His page gets taken down all the time. They sabotage that man's page, and all he does is make funny commentary videos on um, foreign, Asian, and all of these other cultures. He kind of mocks a lot of the degeneracy that happens over there, and his shit gets targeted left and right. People sit up here and post black degeneracy and just make money hand over fist. These pages are never targeted, especially here on X. You can talk about lynching black people using the N word on X. Nothing happens to your page. If you say the word Asian in a negative way, you'll get flagged on here. You see what I'm saying? So there's an algorithm boost for anything black degenerate, as you see. So that's what that is. And
Uh,
um, you been
yeah, a lot of my white friends on Twitter have been banned and their accounts suspended for speaking the truth about the
no, no,
blacks.
no. No, they get banned when they start talking about Jews. They never get banned by talking about us. When they start mixing in the Jew stuff, then they'll get banned. But they don't get banned for talking about us because you can literally say anything about black people on Twitter. You can literally say you will lynch a black person and they won't take the shit down.
Yeah, I think that was caused from the black fatigue. But yeah, there's a lot of people that are tired of black people, even
Right.
blacks.
So
It's coming to a
what's
point
wrong?
where they have to
So what's
change.
wrong with you? Since you're making people so tired and you're black, so what's your problem?
No, see, black is there's the blacks and then there's black people, right? So I'm talking about the blacks,
What
and those are the people that Mr. Powell and others are trying to live away from.
or what makes you not the blacks?
I was educated at a young age, knowledge of self and others, so I was able to
You
look
think-
at life
So you're
differently.
the only one?
No, there's other people like me.
So there's a lot of black people. Many black people are educated, sir.
Yeah, on knowledge of self and others, not just one plus
Yeah.
one, but on what's going on in the world, and why black people are in the situation they're
Right.
in, and it has nothing to do with tethers or white
But
supremacy. It comes to black people not
so
striving for better.
so everybody's a problem but you?
No, there's this separation between the wheat and the tare, the goat and the sheep. So even though that you can be in the same bed, but the truth will come take one and leave
What
the
about your
other.
catch?
So
You're just saying
hmm?
catchphrases, sir.
No, I'm just giving you Bible scriptures to reference that you can be in the same household and be different based upon your connection with God.
Right. So
So, but most of the blacks are lost and they don't have a connection with
how
God, and that's why they're going through what they're going through.
how can you quantify most black people are lost? You're black. You're not lost, according to you. So there must be other black people who are not lost. How can you quantify how many black people are lost?
Because you can see it whenever you go to black dominated, populated areas, that there's a
No,
problem.
you don't.
The people are unhappy and they're violent, and there's a lot of
The
drama.
problem is white supremacy. And when you go to these areas, you don't see that. That's not true. That's I'm a tether and I say so. When you go to Chicago, y'all people love to lie about Chicago. I've been to Chicago several times. I'm always in Chicago. pleasant, beautiful black people in Chicago. You said Philadelphia. Beautiful, pleasant people in Philadelphia.
Really?
All over.
Philadelphia is an unattractive city, so I know you're kind of like pushing it with that one. I get your, your motivation to stick up for your people,
Mhm.
but no, brother, Philadelphia is raggedy, and the people there look weird.
But the people there are cool with me. Why are they so cool with me and not you?
Uh, because you're probably an inspiration to make them where they don't have to face accountability. You give them an avenue to blame other people for their situations, and that feels comforting to them. You're a pacifier,
Oh, so
a coddler of the blacks.
right.
Yeah.
So pointing out white supremacy because every problem what problem is not orchestrated by white supremacy in black society?
None. There's nothing. White people aren't even there in black
Don't have
society. They're in
yes,
they're in their own
yes,
lives trying to stay
yes,
away from black
yes,
people.
they are. Yes, they are in black society. Yes, they are. What are you talking about? White people are not in black communities. Who owns the stores? Who owns the buildings? Who owns the you can't say that they're not there and then say we don't have nothing.
Do you really truly believe that white people not even being physically there are controlling
They are
blacks? I
there.
mean, you're giving white
They are
people
there. They
more acknowledgement than God. God isn't even
are
control.
there. They are there. They are in the neighborhoods, the so-called black neighborhoods. They are there. Where are white supremacists not? Where are they not? What do you mean they're not there? You name a city that, or a part of a city that's not controlled by the white supremacists. Name it.
Wherever blacks are the majority.
That's not true. Those places are controlled by the white supremacists for the most part.
So there's white supremacists. Why do they have to bring the military in then if they're already
The
being
white
controlled?
supremacists, it's optics. It's just optics.
So when the crime goes down because the military's there, is that optics as
There's no
well?
crime. It's just optics. It's theatrics. It's just optics to throw the white supremacists some red meat to say, "Hey, look at us. We're militarily trying to subjugate the Negroes," and that's not working because these people are getting ran up off the block.
Are you saying that black people have no issues with
No,
violence amongst each other?
no,
Are you saying that they're not the main ones that kill each other above all people in America?
sir. Not only is that false, that's emphatically false. Nobody on the planet kills more than white supremacists.
So are you saying
Am,
that
am
black
I?
people's behavior
Did, I,
is not detrimental to
did
their
what I say was it true or false? I just said a statement that was either true or false. Does anybody on this planet kill more people than white supremacists? That's a question.
now it can't be as FBA and is what I say.
No, no,
Come on
no,
now.
no, no, no. Just use your own logic, sir. I'm going to say it again. Nobody, not only on this planet, but in recorded history, kills more people than white supremacists. Am I telling the truth or telling a lie?
That's I would say that's a false statement.
Okay. Name the genocides of millions of people that black people in Chicago or Philly or Baltimore carried out.
Genocides, they kill each other. That is the genocide.
No, it's
The the gang
no,
culture,
it's
drug culture,
okay. Okay,
the
gang culture. Okay, the gang started in with white society here. The gang started with white people. The gangs of New York, they were killing each other. Let's go before that. It was started by gangs, pirates. That's what America was. The first white supremacists, they were coming over here. The British, they were pirates. They were thieves and gangs. Their foundation is thievery, killing, and gangs.
yeah, but they've moved on
No, they
from
have
that though.
no,
They to bigger
have
things. When
they
when will black
no,
people
they
move on?
haven't.
Just
No, they haven't. Haven't moved on from that. They still have the same gangs. They just deputize them. It's the police. They have literal gangs in police right now. I'm in California. You have police deputy gangs. Literally, they have whistleblowers saying that within the police departments, there's gangs that you have to join, not just here, but just all over the country. You want to talk about gangs?
Yeah, the difference is that their gangs aren't detrimental to their race.
Yeah.
Black people's behavior is detrimental to their own
No, it's
people.
not.
That's the difference. So when you look at
No,
other
it's
races, go
no,
ahead,
it's
brother.
not, sir. No, it's not. Because what does a person committing a crime at a liquor store have to do with other black people? There's,
I don't understand the question.
okay, let me break it down to you. There's no institutional black crime. Saying that black people are detrimental, no, there's no institutional black crime. Well, you talking about somebody robbing a liquor store?
No, it's the same reason that Mr. Powell doesn't live in that area because we both know that it's unsafe. If you're around a lot of black people, it's going to be
That's
unsafe.
not true.
The probability is very high.
Not true.
It's not true,
No, it's not.
Tyree. Are you
That's
serious?
not true.
Everybody on this app
What's
knows
going
that
to happen?
black
Okay,
people are
okay.
stressful and violent
If you
people.
are around a bunch of black people, what's going to happen?
Uh, you're going to be uncomfortable eventually, very uncomfortable,
What
and
are
you're
they
going
going
to want to leave and live where Mr. Powell
to
lives.
just tell me? I'm okay. Okay, I go somewhere, there's a bunch of black people. What's going to happen?
You're going to lock your doors. You're going to be on guard. You're going to be
Lock my
watching your back when you're not going to be you won't be jogging at nighttime when you want to. You won't
lock my doors.
you won't be comfortable.
What's the
Yeah, you just won't be comfortable.
what's the black person going to do? You haven't said what they're going to do. I'm comfortable.
Oh, they're going to steal from you, and they're going to ask you for stuff.
That's white people.
That's white people doing that.
Yeah, you got homeless white people running around begging for food and money.
But again, those homeless white people are a detriment to their own race.
Yeah,
Black people's behavior is a detrimental to
yes,
their own
are a
people.
detriment to their race. When they have mass shootings and they shoot up Christian schools, that's a detriment to their race. You have that happening every damn week. You have some white supremacists shooting up a church, shooting up a school, shooting up an office. That's detrimental to their own race. The white supremacists are very detrimental to other white supremacists too.
Yeah, see, the difference is that white people also are the ones that come save the other people from the school shootings and fires and the ambulances and the people when black people are being assaulted by other black white people come and save them from other
No, they
black
don't, because
people.
if they're being assaulted, that means they're not being saved. See? Yeah, white people ain't saving nobody from being assaulted from nowhere. It's only other black people doing that. And that's why we need more resources so we can stop it all together. Anytime there's a conflict resolution, that's black people mediating that. We go in and stop that. White people don't save nobody from nothing. What kind of lie is that? What black person was saved by a white person?
If there's a house fire, hypothetically, and you close your eyes and say, what color is the
Sir,
firefighter going to be that pulls me out this window? It's going to be a white person.
sir, there are black people, and there's stories recently where black people have run up in burning houses saving people before the damn fire department got there, sir. Let's not do that. You want to get, because you're trying to get into anecdotal stuff. There's several situations where black people have ran in and saved families. In fact, black people were the first EMT workers in America. In not Philadelphia, in Pittsburgh, you have the Freedom House Ambulance Company. It was foundational Black Americans who trained people how to do EMT work and go into certain urban areas and save people and stop them from dying so that you can get them to the hospital. Black people started doing that, sir, in Pittsburgh, and then they taught the world how to do it. You need to know your history, sir.
Interesting. So those people in Pittsburgh were saving white people
Yeah,
in
they were saving
emergencies.
white people too, because white people were dying because you didn't have ambulance services as we know them today. And when white people were moving out to these suburbs because of white flight, the urban hospitals were still in the midtown areas. So if a white person had a heart attack in the suburbs, by the time they took your ass to the midtown, you would die. So They had black people learn this EMT work, and they were doing on the ground training because urban areas were definitely hit with more crisis, and we learned how to save people's lives in a very timely manner.
So how did the blacks go from EMT to BET? How come they're not as
We
profound
don't,
as they used to
don't
be? Why aren't they contributing to society as much as they
be-
used to? What happened?
because the EMT, just like BET, got co-opted by whites. That's a very good analogy you made. We went from EMT to BET. The EMT services got co-opted by whites. BET got co-opted by whites. And then they start perpetuating all of the bullshit. So it's the white supremacists, sir. It goes right back to them. BET is white controlled, and this is why we see so much negativity from it, sir.
It's almost like you attribute the black people's destiny to the willpower of white people more than God himself. It's you give white people a lot of
I
credit.
do, because they control all the negativity that happens to us right now.
What does control mean? Influence, or are you saying what do you mean control?
Control, because when we get out of it, they sabotage it. When you sabotage stuff, that means you're controlling shit. And we haven't figured out how to stop them from sabotaging our positive progress. So that means they're responsible. Whenever we do something constructive, they sabotage it. Whenever we get something going on that's crime free, they sabotage it. They have whole COINTELPRO programs designed to keep all of our progress subjugated. We're the only group in this country who they did that with. You had J. Edgar Hoover putting out documents talking about we have to stop black progress, we have to stop black unity. This is the federal government doing this, sir. So, yes, they're responsible. When you talk about drugs, they're responsible for that too. They bring it in. We don't manufacture none of it. They bring it in and they allow it. They bring in the guns, they bring it in and they allow it. They're responsible, sir, for all of it.
Yeah, they also bring in libraries and vitamins, but you don't see black people running to
You
that as well. It's just they're choosing drugs, but there's other things in the
uh,
neighborhood besides
yeah,
drugs.
we choose to read, we choose education. Yeah, unfortunately, and thank goodness, we self-police. We don't allow ourselves to be drugged out like they used to get us drugged out. And I think the hip hop community for that, well, the 80s hip hop community, crack became a negative thing because of the hip hop community. The hip hop community got together and decided that crack was going to be a negative thing. That's why crack is a negative thing today. But that doesn't negate the fact that they brought that shit to us. Now, yeah, some people should not have gotten on the pipe, but the white supremacists shouldn't have brought it in there. So they're not going to skirt responsibility. I know you like buffing up the balls of the white supremacists. They don't get a pass.
You don't think that this generation is way more drugged up than the '80s?
No, no, because you ain't got just fiends running around. You don't have that no more. You ain't got
They have drugs that they didn't even have in the '80s now, and they got people overdosing
those
on
those
fentanyl and,
well,
and
those are
Roxycontin
white
and Valiums.
white people are those are your the white people you love so much. It's them on that shit. Some of that shit we don't even touch as black people.
So Percocets and lean and all that, that's not part of black culture at all.
Dude, that ain't got nothing on all of the meth and the heroin that these white people are on country, sir. Yeah. A couple of dudes out here sipping on some damn lean. They ain't all strung out on meth and all that shit and fentanyl, you know. So yeah, you sitting up here giving props to white culture. Yeah. Have you seen Middle America?
Yeah, I've seen Middle America, but the thing is, ever since white people have let the blacks into their society, has gone down. I mean, that's what I've asked you. Is like,
Let
has can you say that it's actually they've lost?
let
They're losing.
let us into what society? What do you mean let us into their society?
To allow them to allow the blacks to marry into their women, to let them learn at their schools, live next door, all of that, to attend, yeah, basically, yeah, just being around their and impregnating their
Yeah,
people.
black people don't go to their schools. The schools are still segregated. We don't live next to each other like that. What kind of fantasy talk is that?
You don't see a degrade in white people's society since they've allowed immigrants and blacks into their society, that they're losing
Allowed?
their effective, yeah, allowed.
Allowed. What do you mean allowed?
Yeah. Well, the person who has control of a country and killed the people to get here and enslaved people for 400 years, anything that happens after that, yeah, they're allowing
No,
it.
no, this is our land.
No, you don't fight for anything in this country. That's only
Slow down.
because it's almost like you give the white man credit for.
Because you babbling. Because okay, now because I gotta when you say certain things, I gotta I keep forgetting you're talking from a foreigner. You coming in from the perspective of an immigrant, somebody from an immigrant background. That's where you okay. We're not immigrants, sir. I'm a foundational Black American. Let's get that straight. I'm a foundational Black American. I'm not an immigrant. They didn't allow us to do shit. This is our land. Do you understand? This is me, foundational Black American. Let's get that.
How,
You-
how come you have so much? You could say was so much self determination on that aspect. With everything else, though, you say it's white supremacy. You blame everything for that, but then you can't imagine that white man has simply allowed you some grace out of simple mercy.
Mercy? When have
Yeah, straight up mercy. Because getting hit upside your head and doing a nonviolent protest is not really effective. That's somebody saying, okay, I feel bad, let them
this is
in.
why this
Because being nonviolent and all that doesn't really.
this is why foreigners like you shouldn't speak on history. Do you think that we were nonviolent in the 60s? Do you think we were all nonviolent?
No, I don't think they're all, but the most effective impact was when there was a
No,
nonviolent approach. Yeah, it was, Tariq.
you're not of my lineage, so you can't speak on the history. You don't know it, or nor do you respect it.
So violence, a lot of violence helped.
Do
Violence. Go ahead.
you think they signed the Civil Rights Act because white people felt bad about beating up John Lewis and those guys in Selma?
No, they just didn't want to be hypocrites to the rest of the world. They didn't want to go to Vietnam and bomb them for human rights violations and commit human right violations right on screen.
They
That's
don't
what it was.
that no, it was deeper than that. In 1968, in April 1968, when they signed that final Civil Rights Act, the one that really had teeth in it, that had fair housing and all of that. Why do you think they signed that? Why do you think white people signed that in 1968? April, I think April 7th, April 11th, something like that. 1968. Why do you think they signed that?
Sign what? I'm sorry.
The Civil Rights Act of 1968.
Oh, because they wanted to. I guess because they're white women, wanted to be. They wanted to come up from under oppression as well, and they seen that the blacks had a movement going, and they just basically used that as a catalyst to as a for feminist movements and for the gays.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a lot more involved than just black people
Okay.
because it's never really helped us. Do you think it really helped us? It helped everybody else
If
except black people.
you're just saying stuff, you're making it up. Okay.
Do you
And
disagree with that?
what you said was horse crap. I'm gonna tell you,
Okay.
Google Hell Week. Look, Google Hell Week. They signed that during Hell Week. It was something called Hell Week in April 1968. This country was burning down because they killed Dr. King April 4th, I think. They shot Dr. King and black people rose the up all over this country, was burning shit, sniping cops from roofs and turning all the way up. That forced them to sign that Civil Rights Act later that week, sir. That's why they did it. It wasn't because of nonviolence. They did it because of the violence, sir. This is what I'm telling you. Don't listen.
Interesting.
You're, and again, you probably just don't know because you're getting things from the perspective of an immigrant. You're an immigrant, or you're from an immigrant background, and you look at things through the eyes of the white supremacists. So they look at things from the perspective of black people being docile, and that's not the case, sir.
So you're saying that Hell Week was solely responsible for civil rights? Is that what you're saying?
The main thing that was the main
Interesting.
push. There was a balance. I want you to understand something, and this is how smart our great foundational Black American ancestors were. They had a balance, sir. They knew how to play good cop, bad cop. They knew how to get the John Lewises and people like that, the church people, to sing and be nonviolent for the cameras so they can have a moral standing. So it's like, hey, look at us. We just want equality. We're just here singing the gospel. But on the flip side, you had a militant underworld that was putting in work on the streets. This is why they had all of these riots and uprisings in the 60s. Yeah, the Watts riots, all of that stuff. The red hot summer and all of that. We were, well, it was called the long hot summer, something like that. But there were black people in the streets rising up, putting in some work. You had all types of militant groups. You had the Black Panthers, then you had the Black Liberation Army. You had underground groups blowing up police station, shooting and killing judges. You had people putting in some guerrilla warfare work out here. They were running people up out of whole towns. Look up Cairo, Illinois. They ran them up out of there. They ran all the white people up out of there. We were putting in work on the streets. So there was a balance. The media showed the church going nonviolent black people, but the underground networks of guerrilla warfare fighters were out here putting in some work in the streets. And that's what got things changed. There was a balance. So it's very important to know history, sir. You
Yeah,
understand?
I agree with you, and I didn't know that. I'm definitely gonna look that up. And on
Look,
that note, I appreciate the conversation, and I definitely you said Cairo, Illinois. Is that what you said?
Cairo, Illinois.
All right,
Yep.
I'll definitely look that up. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is why, man, folks who are non-FBA should not really be speaking on our history. See, this is why you don't respect the history. You shouldn't speak on it. You don't know. You don't know. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why it's important that foundational Black Americans are the representatives of the history. Let's get Jew Grok. Okay, Grok the Jew. Let's get Grok the Jew in here. Grok the Jew. What's up, Grok the Jew?
Supremacy since 1933 when the Havara Act was signed,
Oh, it's
and we got
way before.
these Polish immigrants controlling everything. I can tell you right now. You look at my profile; it's been because I just speak out against the genocide going on right now in Gaza. It's bullshit. How the fuck you get white people over there and call them Hebrew? Seriously.
All right. All right. Thank you. I ain't probably just come in here with a random shit.
Controlling what?
What's up?
What's up, Ray?
How you doing?
Man, man, listen, like, you ain't came to Oklahoma yet?
Oh,
Like,
that's Dusty Wolf. What's up, man?
yeah, yeah, you ain't came to the territory
I'm
yet? What's up,
coming, dude.
man?
I am definitely coming out there, man. I was talking to my lady about that. I am definitely coming out to Foley. I'll keep you posted, man. I'll let you know what's up. Let's get two in here. Two, Mr. Two. All right, two, Drew. What's up, two? You want to unmute your mic? All right, two ain't saying nothing. All right. All right, Mr. Two, I'll get you back a little later. Let me get my sister Panamera in here. We haven't heard from her in a minute. Miss
Um,
oh, Two, hop back on, man. You were talking when I was taking you down. Panamera, go ahead, dear. Then I get two back up here. Panamera, what's up, dear? Oh, Panamera ain't saying nothing. Oh, okay. No, I get Panamera back. All right, let's try two again. True. All right, Mr. Two.
hey, what's
There
up?
you go. What's going on?
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you. What's happening?
Yeah, dude. I was just listening, and so I was trying to get my phone, and you're like, "Oh, what's up, too?" I was like, "Oh, he needs me to press a button." Crap. This is gonna be a difficult task.
There you go.
And right when I finished it, you were like, "Oh, I'm going to this chick next." this girly girl, and it's like, oh,
So what's on your mind, too? Besides more meth. All right, 2 is over there token. Okay. 2 has too much meth. Okay. So Chris, conservative Chris, is this the culture you're talking about? Because they call up every night high and drunk. Y'all notice that? This is that highbrow culture that you were bragging about. You notice that? All when in these spaces, all the black people call up very intelligent, very articulate, and then all of the other people they call here high and drunk every damn night, all the time. But we're supposed to be emulating that? Come on now. Let's put your thinking caps on. All right. Shout out to everybody in here. I see Cyber Regina, Dan, Sister Brooke, and Brother McCall. Shout out to everybody in here. Should we get one more? I'm supposed to be asleep because I'm supposed to get up because my kids got a track meet in the morning. Um, Let me see. Should I get one more good call? Should I get one more? Y'all raise your hand. Let's get one more good one. I should have my ass to sleep. Let's get one more good one. One more good call, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all raise your hands. Let's get Ermius. I think that's your name. Ermius. Mr. Ermius, hop on in. Ermius? What's up, Ermius? How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am good. What's on this?
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Yeah, I'm good. What's on your mind?
Um, at the moment, we just had a couple scuffles in Melbourne. Oh, I'm Australian.
Okay.
We just had a scuffle in Melbourne a couple days ago. Some protests between anti-immigration people and pro-Palestinian protesters.
Okay. So whose side were you on?
Um, I wasn't on any side. I'm not a big fan of either. I'm not too familiar. I've been trying to do my research with the Israel-Palestine conflict, but I can't really tell who's the natives of the land.
Okay, but hold on, because you are you pro immigrant? Because you're an immigrant. Because your name Ermius, you either Eritrean or Ethiopian. Which one?
Ethiopian.
Okay. When did your family immigrate to Australia?
80s, late 80s.
Okay. So you anti-immigration?
No, no. Well, see, the thing is, I am an immigrant, but my family, I'm actually adopted, which is another thing that was on my mind. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So who
Oh, good.
who adopted?
A lovely British family
Oh,
from
oh, I got to talk about this. So where are they from? They were from where are they from?
England.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever live in England?
No, I've been there a couple times, but I haven't spent a long time there.
Okay, so they adopted you and then brought you to Australia.
Yes. Oh, no, yes. Yeah.
Okay. So how old were you when they brought you to Australia?
One.
Oh wow, so you were a baby.
Yeah, so I'm pretty Australian.
Right. Your birth family, what happened with them?
I have no idea.
Wow. So what was growing up in that white family? Do they have any other kids?
Yeah, there was one other adopted kid. He's from Hong Kong. He was like one of the last kids that was actually from Hong Kong when it was its own state or country or British
Got it.
under British rule.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had so y'all all grew up together. You and the Hong Kong kid?
Yeah, and my three other siblings who are biologically related to my parents.
Okay, right. That's what I was asking. Do they have any biological kids? So they got three.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
growing up,
That's the. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, but I wanted to say I thank you for that. I listened to one of your YouTube videos about being adopted into a British family as a black person, and I did think it was important to mention that it isn't that you should know about white supremacy because my parents raised me um, with the mentality that you should just love everyone, and then I sort of had to learn the hard way about racism,
right?
especially in Australia. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I know them British people, they didn't tell you about white supremacy, but I
Mm,
felt it. I bet you felt it.
mm,
Or did you ever feel,
mm.
you were kind of marginalized to a certain degree?
No, not really. I felt it late, because I never really understood it. Like I thought racism was when, Australia gets a lot of its culture. Doesn't Australia doesn't really have a culture, and I know this because I've spoken with a few people from other countries that have come here, and I kind of realized I've traveled myself as well, but I realized that Australian culture is kind of just a blend of American and British culture, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing at the protest is, which is crazy because they're kind of like all anti-immigrants, but the white Australians were the first immigrants, and they still have the Union Jack on the flag. So that's kind of a imposter sign. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, and they were brutal to those Aboriginal people over there. The British did some of the most cruel, degenerate stuff imaginable, and then they went over right next to Tasmania and literally wiped out all of the indigenous people. And over there in Sydney, when I went, because I've been to Sydney before, they had all of the Aboriginal people funneled off over in Redfern.
Oh, there are uh, Aboriginal Australia, Aboriginal Tasmanians.
Yeah, are they really Australians who came over?
Oh, look, here's the thing. Because an African, like a black person, I kind of have like these, like when I was growing up and I was a bit ignorant, I'm still ignorant to racism and race, and I know people have their different opinions, but because like in Australia, like you were right, like they did do a lot of horrible things to the Aboriginals, and one of them was they kind of diluted their race
Yeah,
by like rape and all that stuff. So a lot of them you can't really tell if they're like not only Tasmanians but all of them. There's a lot of like full-blooded Aboriginals, but a lot of them are really white-looking, so you can't really
that
tell
ain't a full
unless they tell you.
that ain't a goddamn full-blooded Aboriginal then. If they're white looking, you know.
Hmm. Oh well, okay, all right.
Yeah, one of the last ones, it was a sister named Tigrini. What's it? Tina. I forget. I can't. It was a name that starts with a T. Tina Greeny or something like that. I can't remember, but she was alive in the 1800s, and that was one of the last purebred. Um,
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. All these other people who's they
yeah,
were kind of white and all that.
yeah. I know
You
you're
know what I'm
saying. Yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
that's what it is. But anyway, man, thank you so much, man. Thank you for the call.
Thank.
Thank you. Just all right. I feel for that brother growing up in that British household. I can imagine what he went through. So condolences to him. Shit. But anyway, let me go ahead and wrap it up, family. Listen, everybody go get your tickets to join me here in LA at the Hidden History Museum, October 4th. We got the Funny Fall Fest. We got a lot of great comedians coming, great food, great music. Get your tickets at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. And come on to the Hidden History Museum tomorrow. We're open. Come on down. Come down and check it out and buy some books, just whatever. Just come on down and buy. Also, get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com. All right, I'm up out of here, guys. Puppy akute, lola vuve to the family. Peace.
I'm no longer musty. I'm no longer musty. Hey, I'm no longer musty. got my real work on. I no longer must stay, 'cause I got my